Okay guys, here it is. The Custom Commander Dragon Ball Z Goku deck. It's going to be hard for me to film the video because there's a bunch of little kids running around outside the room acting all crazy. So this is the Custom Commander. Goku the Super Saiyan. Let's read it. It's 5 to cast, red, white, and blue. +1, Goku does 2 damage to target creature or player. -0 until end of turn, Goku becomes a 4/4 flyer with hexproof and first strike. -2, exile target creature. And -7, it's hard to see, but it says each player returns all non-black creature cards from his or her graveyard back to the game. So he takes all cards from everybody's graveyard that is not black and puts them back to the game. And he has 4 loyalty. Let's take another look. That's the commander. Let's move on to the rest of the cards. We'll start with the foils. Foil Fireball. Most people should know what that does. Foil Pump Up Creature, 2-drop. Foil Kamigawa Land. Kamigawa. Foil. Foil what appears to be Burning Churches Mountain. The churches are on fire, and it's a fire burning churches apparently. Foil. Dragon Twins pre-release foil. Hamlet back Goliath. Not your boy with the city on his back. Goblin Tunneler. Tunneling Little Goblin. This makes any one of your creatures grow wings, and you draw 2 cards. Plumeveil, 4/4 Flying Defender. Flash, cast it on your opponent's turn. Foil Switcheroo. Read what it does. I don't need to say nothing. Just read what it does. Switcheroo. Now we're on to the legendary creatures, aka my generals. Tanawa, legendary. Phasing. Most people ain't ready for that. Aaron the Relentless, not your boy. He could regenerate himself. Tramo Kratos, the legendary Kraken. If everybody don't block him, nobody could block him. Enough said. Drakuseth, they should call him the game finisher. He does like 11 or 15 damage. Just read what he does. Dragon Ball Z. Another dragon, Arcade Sabbath, the legendary. Even though this deck is red, white, and blue, I know a way to slip 2 green up in there. We'll see that. Elder Dinosaur. We went from an Elder Dragon to an Elder Dinosaur. The thing's destroying the city. Just look at it. Oh my god. And that's in the deck. Read what it does. Indestructible. One of the best blockers there ever was. We're going on to the artifacts now. His life is whatever their attack power is +1. So he's always alive. Tap any creature. That reminds me of Icy Manipulator from Ice Age. Fountain of Ichor. Give you mana of any color, so you can cast that green card or whatever. Arcade Sabbath if you want it. Classic Mirage card. Lets me mess with the opponent's cards, possibly cast one of them. Another way to give me mana of any color, some ramp. That'll get me some green. There's both the greens right there. Gain a little life, no problem with a little life. Indestructible Equipment. The best kind of equipment. More mana ramp, red, white, and blue. And now we're going to go on to the multicolored creatures. Hypersonic Dragon, Dragon Ball Z themed. Azorius Knight, can't be blocked. Sky Spirit, flying first strike. If this guy gets through and nobody blocks him, or he's unblocked, or you make him a flyer and he attacks the other player, a lot of stuff happens. I won't even go into it, but I got a bunch of ways to get him through. Blue spells, gain control of target artifact. Old ass card from 1994. That'll get that other guy through. He can only be blocked by walls. Flood, get ready for the flood. Tap the creatures that don't got wings. And my creatures all got wings, flying. Give everybody flying. Draw 3 cards. This card lets you switch a bunch of cards with your opponent. Say you got a bunch of crappy cards out and they got a bunch of good ones, you pull a switch on them. Board wipe. Board wipe. Counter spell. This will turn all my creatures into 5/5 flying dragons. So I could have about 6 or 7 1/1s out, and then they all become 5/5 flyers. Now we're going to move on to the white spells. Another board wipe, destroy all creatures. That'll take your creature and make it so it can't do nothing, but you'll gain a little life. I can exile your indestructible with that. Gain 4 life. Gain as much life as I want, basically. Destroy one of your artifacts, like one of your Moxes. You won't even gain no life because a Mox costs 0. On to the red spells. This will make one of my creatures pump up. A couple more white spells. This will take one of my creatures out of the graveyard whenever I'm ready. That'll make it so your creature can't do nothing. Blessing. Make him a 1/1 pump up. You can pump him up with that. Enchant him and then pump up his power. Now we're going on to the red spells. Everybody has double strike. So if you got 3 4/4s, they're all doing 8 damage. One of the ley lines, you can read it if you want. Some direct damage real quick. That's going to get me a bunch of goblins, however much I roll with the dice. This is going to do however much damage I feel like it to whatever player. Then everybody has haste, and the other card said first double strike, so everybody's going to have double strike and haste. Alright, double card. Wear and tear. Destroy the artifact, destroy the enchantment. Moving on to the creatures. That's an old-fashioned clone from back in the day that becomes a copy of anything on the battlefield. Phantom Warrior, nobody could block him. Giant Oyster, you can hold your creature down, make it so they can't do nothing, and then every turn your creature gets weaker and weaker till it dies. The Oyster. Two-drop Flyer, I get to untap my lands. Now I'll tell you what this one does. When this guy dies, each player searches their deck and gets to put any creature they want directly onto the battlefield. Another unblockable. Moving on to the white. He's the Jailer. Tap target creature. So if you put out a 9/9, I'll use this guy to tap him down. Sarah Angel, classic card. Shouldn't have to tell you what that does. This one's called Abu Jafar, aka your boy Abu. Anybody who touches him dies like the plague. The Avatar, whatever my life is, the Avatar's life is. So if we're playing a commander game and I get him out on my first turn or fifth turn or whatever it is, the guy could be a 40/40. Moving on to the red creatures. Since it's DBZ themed, we got another dragon. Hoarding dragon, like hoarding up the Dragon Balls. Siobhan Dragon, the most classic dragon of them all. 5/5 pump up. Pump him right up. Make him a 10/10. This little guy, he lets you shuffle your library. You get him out and you don't think you're drawing any good cards, shuffle the library. Thrones of Eldraine, this guy could destroy an artifact. Then you can just bring him back and he's a 2/1. So first you cast a spell, next turn you got a 2/1. A human knight. Now we're on to some more creatures here. A bird, flying protection from black. The dwarf berserker, he goes berserk, gets a +3 to his power. Three-headed goblin, triple strike. So he could do up to 9 damage. Giant warrior, cowards can't block warriors. You can see that the mana is on the left. Bold wire intimidator. Then we got a dwarf. He makes people that got small power and toughness be able to get through directly to hit the other player. So he can make that other guy that a lot of stuff happens when he gets through. He can make that other card get through. Daxos it's called. Now we're going to move on to the lands. We're going to go with non-basic first. Got dual lands. I get a life when it enters the battlefield, white and blue. Another white and blue. This one is add a mana of any color, so I could pick a color. And since I got 3 colors in my deck, red, white, and blue, I can pick whatever one of them. Unknown Shores, another one that says add one of any color. Old school card worth a couple dollars. Look at the symbol. You get 2 to your mana pool. Another dual land. Some more dual lands. White and blue. White and red. Now we're going to move on to some artifact creatures. Some artifacts. Creatures you control have haste until end of turn. 0 mana. He's just a good blocker. 0/3 from Visions. 1996. Move on to the rest of the lands. Ice Age land. Portal land. Kamigawa. Kamigawa again. Lorwyn. M13. So that's like 7 years old right there. This one's from 1997. So I got 1997 land up in there. 1995 land. Some more of that. Look at that, not your favorite. What is that? You should already know what that is right there. Ice Age, Mirage, Ice Age again, Ice Age, it's more Ice Age, 4th edition, Mirage, Lorwyn, and Kamigawa again. So how many basic lands are we running? So 22 basic lands, about 10 non-basic lands, and if you count the commander, there's about 105 or 108 cards. So I went over a tiny little bit. Let's get the cards together, show you what the deck looks like. Unsleeved, nothing, just straight raw. We don't play with sleeves, none of that, just straight raw. Go through it again. There's Goku. So we got the deck. And then we got the commander. Right on top of it. No foils, no nothing. Just like back in the grade school days. This your boy the Card Man. See you next time, Goku.